Hello, welcome. It's the Resilient Rooster. I'm gonna be trying something different today. There's some puzzles on YGOPRO which I'm gonna give some of the solutions on. So let's get started. So this will be the first puzzle. Basically, in these type of puzzles, you basically have to win in one turn. If you don't win in one turn, you basically lose the game. So in this case, you basically can see everything. You can see your deck, which there's 3 job greeds, there's a couple of monsters. You can check the graveyard, which basically has the Agent of Force Mars and the Agent of Judgment Saturn. And the goal is basically, again, to knock them out to 0. And my opponent's deck, they have the Topaz Tiger, which is basically a target for Infernal Reckless Summon. So whenever you do this puzzle, you basically want to first look at all the cards you have, which is the Celestial Transformation and the Miraculous Descent. So looking at this hand, it's kind of tricky, but the solution is basically you use the special summon effect. So you banish the Mars, you banish the Saturn, you special summon it. That way you can tribute it for your Air Knight Parshath. It's kind of tempting to use your Celestial Transformation, but you're going to save that for later. So what we do is we basically put all the cards in attack mode, so all these cards will be live. So the first thing is you attack the Tiger. That way you get rid of it. And once you get rid of it, you can finally use your Miraculous Descent to bring back your Mars. That way you can actually use your Infernal Reckless Summon and get all your cards out. Before, if you did this, then they would get a Topaz Tiger, and that would not be good. So with this, in a way, you basically can get extra monsters. And now with Infernal Tempest, you basically have to destroy your token. That way you can activate this and get a lot of cards in the graveyard. And right now, my Agent of Force Mars is kind of weak, but you can use the transformation to special summon from hand. And this is just enough for you to attack over the blue eyes. And now you basically can just attack directly with all 3, and that should be enough for a game. In this next puzzle, it's gonna be a little bit more tricky. We're going to first look at our extra deck, and we're going to see that we have 2 cards. We have the Shooting Star Dragon and a Formal Synchron. So we can sort of see the win condition is a Shooting Star Dragon. We're going to look at our decks, and we basically have 5 tuners. So we're going to know that this Shooting Star Dragon is going to attack 5 times, which is 33 times 5 is 16,500. The last 400 is going to be the Plague Spitter Zombie. So first we have to get rid of our Gravity Bind, and we have to know that Arcana 4-0 can't be destroyed by battle. So it's going to be obvious that we're going to use Enemy Controller to switch it to attack mode. So what we're going to do is we're going to MST, Light Darkness Dragon is going to negate, and it only works if it's face up. So we're going to use the Raigeki Break to destroy the Plague Spider Zombie, or to discard the Plague Spider Zombie to destroy the Light and Darkness Dragon. That way we're going to use its effect in the graveyard to special summon the Stardust Dragon. So Stardust Dragons get special summon. So that's part of our win condition. The next one is we're going to have to use the tuning to get the Junk Synchron. That way we can actually get a tuner to the graveyard. So, or not a tuner, but use the enemy controller. So we're going to normal summon. We're going to reborn a tuner, which is going to be a level 1. DD Sprite. And now we're going to use the enemy controller. That way we can tribute the Junk Synchron to steal a Magician of Faith. You want to steal the Magician of Faith since you can use the Book of Moon on it. That way you can actually draw any card back. So we're going to flip it, use Magician of Faith to add any card. Doesn't really matter which. You could probably add the Book of Moon. And now we're going to, before we go to the Formula Synchron, we're going to use Plague Spider's effect to put 1 card on top of our decks. That way, when we use the Formal Synchron to draw, we're going to draw the card that we put on top. So we're going to use Formal Synchron effect to draw a card. And it's kind of important. So right now we have 3 cards left in our deck. We have to use a Pot Benevolence to put the 2 tuners to our decks. So we're going to return the one that we put in the graveyard early before. So now there's 5 cards in our deck. Next, we go into the Shooting Star Dragon. 8 plus 2 is 10. And once you get Shooting Star Dragon, you want to use its effect. Remember to use the effect. Otherwise, you can't attack 5 times, and this puzzle will be a failure. So we got 5 monsters, or 5 attacks. We're going to use the enemy controller to put this card in an attack mode. Change the battle position. And all we have to do enough is just attack now. So attack 3,300. We're going to attack it again. And this should be enough. So attack. And this is going to be the last 400. Puzzle complete. This is going to be the last puzzle, and it's probably going to be one of the easiest ones, since you're basically forced to activate Hope for Escape. You can't activate any of these cards. There's no cards in hand, so you basically have to activate Hope for Escape. So we are going to basically draw 3 cards, I believe. And we're going to use the card of Continent, since that's the only play that we basically have. And we're going to draw 2 more cards. And Monster Reborn is basically what we need to basically summon the Shooting Star Dragon from the extra deck, I believe. Because that's going to be the win condition. And I don't think it matters what you normal summon. So I'm just going to normal summon this. And basically go to Formula Synchron. We draw a card. And the card that we draw is basically going to be the card that wins us the game. So we're going to use the Synchron change. That way we can get a Stardust Dragon and make the Shooting Star Dragon. You don't really need to use whatever's in the graveyard. You just make the Shooting Star Dragon, and once you make the Shooting Star Dragon, you basically activate its effect. Remember to activate it. If you don't activate it, you're not going to be able to complete the puzzle. So we're basically going to be able to attack 4 times. We're going to use the Synchron Strike to increase it by 500, or I think it's 500 or 1,000. And now we basically just attack each of them, and it's pretty much going to be game at that point. It goes down to a perfect 4,300 at the end, which is enough to win. That's it for the puzzles. I wanted to try something different today. Thanks for watching and have a great day.